Hello, hello, and welcome, Christmas cousins, or should I say, ho, 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 I'm Cousin Chad.
And I'm Cousin Seth.
Yes, you are, Cousin Seth, and we are doing a very special episode tonight, a crossover episode with Gerry from Totally Rad Podcast, where he flew up to our studio because he loves our live studio audience so much. Hello, everybody. Yes, there they are.
Welcome,
So
Gerry.
Gerry is doing a studio takeover, Seth. Our audience loves him. He's going to take over the show, go from there. And we do have a lot of questions because on today's show, we are going to be discussing the 1986 special, and in specials a stretch, called Santa Bear Saves Christmas or something. I feel like we should have a shirt that says we survived Santa Bear special, but we're going to get into it without giving much away. Maybe we'll read the text that Seth and I had during the day. So welcome, Cousin Seth. Welcome, Gerry. Welcome, audience. Everybody, give Gerry a warm welcome, everybody, would you?
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me. You guys are amazing.
Wow. They love you, Gerry. They love you. But the floor is yours. We are on, and whatever you want to do, we're here to back you up. Seth's got a lot of things prepared for the show as usual. So, Seth, if you want to do your top 10 list or something, or just let Gerry roll.
Maybe we'll just lead into that eventually.
Okay.
I mean, a couple months from now.
Okay, all right. Now, I do have to say before we get started, special is a really stretching the word there. So
Yes.
We'll get into it. Yeah. All right. So
we will.
Here we are. All right. So way up in the cold way up in the cold north lives a very special snowy white bear. His name is Santa Bear. We're talking Santa Bear's first Christmas. Hit it. Woo. Yeah. Listen to that crowd. They're great.
Woo.
There we are. I knew you guys.
There they are.
There they are. I
They're
love
still
y'all
stunned
too.
from watching Santa Bear. They don't know what exactly
They don't know
to
what
make
to
of it.
expect. I don't blame them. Yeah, not at all. It was 1986. Prince Andrew and Fergie got married. The space shuttle Challenger exploded, and a little polar bear becomes Santa's helper. I'm your guest host, Gerry D, with another episode of Totally Rad Christmas, the podcast that talks all things Christmas in the 80s. Toys, movies, specials, music, and fads. If it was gnarly during Christmas in the 80s, we got it covered. Now, joining me are my two very gracious hosts. They are Totally Rad Christmas All-Stars and Ratty winners. It's the Christmas cousins, Chad and Seth. Guys, how's it going?
Yes, love it.
Yes.
I think you're really angling up for another Ratty, aren't you?
Oh,
We're
totally.
going to do
We're gonna
whatever it takes.
That's right.
We're going to be on weekly. Now, Seth, you know what gets the crowd going more than anything? Referencing the Challenger disaster. That really gets a crowd the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you got to bring them down real low so that you can build them up.
That's right. Exactly.
Everything
Especially
seems great after that. Yeah.
Yeah, like the heights of the Santa Bear special. We need to first go to the depths of despair to reach. It's like if you're composing, Gerry, right? We have arpeggios and this one and that one, whatever the thing is. So
Right.
it's just like that. We're composers of podcasts.
That's right. I'm down with it, man. I love it.
All right. Love it. Gerry, we have a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
I mean, Seth and I were texting all day, a little befuddled.
Okay.
We were saying, so Santa Bear, I know you want to get into it. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but all day I'm going, what are we watching? And how long is this thing? It felt like 3 hours.
It's 7 hours long, but 22
Yes.
minutes. Yeah. And we'll get into it. So I didn't.
I
really know
watched
much
it in
about
2 parts.
Oh, God bless you, sir. So that was like a whole 2-day event right there.
Absolutely.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's a sweet little special. It's very saccharine, but also like it's not animation, right? It's like very much reading rainbow style, right? Where they would just like someone's reading and they would just kind of focus on the pictures, and then maybe in the picture they'll cut to different sections of that one big picture. That's like really what the special is. And we'll get into it now. Before we do that, because I really am dying to get into it, but I have some questions for you guys first that I was hoping you'd indulge me. So
throw a toaster at us, Gerry.
That's
Throw a
right.
toaster
That's
at
right.
us.
Just like Bill Murray and Carol Kane and Scrooge, I want you to hit me with the toaster. So let's say that Santa fell and broke his ankle. Would you rather have Fred Flintstone or Dr. Doom deliver your presents?
Oh, easy one there for me. Fred Flintstone. I mean, he would come with the whole crew with Barney and Wilma and Betty, and
Yeah.
he'd be fun, I think, right, Seth?
Yeah, absolutely. And approaching these homes, he's going to be much more well received than Doctor Doom. So
That is true.
yeah.
Although Doom did do a great job when he had to do it. So
Yeah.
but
no, there's no doubt he could do the job and fill it in probably half the time Santa could.
Yeah, probably.
Just upset a lot of people with that comment.
You really did,
Sorry.
Seth.
I'm always pushing the envelope.
Yeah, we had to hold up the sign, "Don't boo."
What did you just say, Seth? Disparaging Santa, the Challenger, and Santa Bear. What a special. That's it, everybody. It's been a really special
Good night. That's
crossover
our
episode.
show, folks.
Good night, everybody.
Lock it out. We're done.
That's
That's
right.
the end of the season, and
Yeah.
please
Show.
don't listen anymore.
All right. So let's say you're making a Hallmark movie with Santa Bear. What would you call it?
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Seth, you have anything?
Cuddles for nothing, plush for free. I don't know.
Wow. That's really
I like
good,
that,
actually.
I
Okay.
do like that.
I don't know. Very cute, lovable little scamp.
Yeah. I thought Santa Bear, what are you staring at? That would be the title and take credit for what you want. But
Or like
Oh,
a very berry Christmas or something like that. I don't know.
yes,
Or-
right.
That's
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah.
I know what
Cute
you're
dad
doing.
joke. Yeah.
I know what you're doing in 2 years from now.
That's
With
That's
the,
right.
the 88
That's right.
catalog. This is
And
good.
just so you people know who that are, you guys that are listening at home, this is a VHS like recording of basically like storybook pages as this special goes over. So it's not like it's even like the 1960s like Peanut specials or whatever. Like
No.
this is just not good animation, not good quality cover of it. But still, when you said let's do this, Gerry, I was excited because I'm like, oh, I'm not familiar with this story. I'm like, this will be a little cozy break. About 3 minutes in, I go, does Gerry think I'm 5? What is going on
You're
here?
right.
Well, okay. So before we get to the last question, so there is a sequel that is full animation. But
Oh, okay.
before we got to that, I wanted to do this, and I'm hoping you guys will bear with me and can't see what I did.
Oh, geez.
Bear with me enough to join me for the sequel, which is like an actual Peanut style special. So
Oh,
this
fun.
is like
Okay.
the intro. It's
Right.
I'm sorry.
Well, Gerry,
I'm
is
sorry.
there a Ratty Award most likely to survive a Santa Bear episode? Because then we'll do anything
There
for
is
Ratty, right?
there is
Seth? Yeah.
now.
Yes.
After
Okay.
that, yeah.
Seth, we're shoo-ins.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, and finally, let's say you're having dinner with Santa Bear, Marie, and Grandpa. What dessert are you bringing?
Oh, cyanide pie. No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Right. Well, you're not bringing anything for Grandpa. That's
right.
Fate is going to take over.
Grandpa can
Seth,
go
if
any
we-
second. Yeah.
Yeah, if we take them out in 86, there are no more sequels to watch, Seth. So I'm thinking my pie is a good idea. But yeah, I think, the one thing I do love, and no one will get into it, but the bear, the way he sees the world and learns about the world was very reminiscent of Cousin Seth. And I'll dive into that a little more later.
Oh, no.
So I think just like
we watch
like
it with
like-
very different eyes.
yeah, like a classic pumpkin pie, I'm thinking to introduce some tradition. So we'll
There you
get
go. All right.
there.
Okay.
I'm into that. Well, that's just a way for your audience and our listeners to get to know us all a little bit better. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Yep. So talking Santa Bear, what do you guys remember about this, or had you ever heard of it? Is this anything you were familiar with at all? Like what are your thoughts, your initial thoughts on Santa Bear?
Seth, did you know about Santa Bear at all as like a
Hey.
doll or the thing?
There's a doll.
There is, yeah.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. I thought it was impressive. I guess they had having a compressed timeline of 22 minutes and 18 seconds, 48, something
Yeah.
like that.
Long extra 18.
Went from like, hey, we're gonna have this cute story in less than like a minute 26 to a tragedy. Like, we're gonna strip this little baby bear away from its parents and a horrible ice cracking glacial separation, and yeah, it goes upriver. I hope I'm not
Well,
giving away too much.
for those who didn't see it, should we do? And I will answer the question, but should we do it just a very quick synopsis, Gerry? Do you want to give a synopsis? Because if people didn't see it,
Yeah, I usually nutshell it before we get into it, but yeah, I can do
oh,
that.
okay,
So,
then I'll answer. I can
yeah,
answer
go.
first, then, if you want. Okay, what what was the question?
What are your initial thoughts on Santa
Oh.
Bear's First Christmas?
I was
Besides,
vaguely aware, yeah, of Santa
yeah,
Bear, but I never knew it or saw it or anything. And so I tried to do a little research, and I couldn't. There's not much there
not
except that
much.
they
No.
brought the series back after a 15-year hiatus. I saw. I don't know what happened. I think it has really good potential. I'm thinking we saw the worst of it, the bottom of it. If we were taking a cruise, this is the Titanic, and we need to work our way up to like the Oasis of the Seas or something. So that's my hope.
That's right, Caribbean or
Yes.
yeah.
So that's my hope. We'll see.
So this was a special. Does that
Yes.
mean it was a longer form show than their usual ones?
No, it was always 30 minutes. But
Okay.
it's part of the holiday series of like a whole series of straight to video, straight to Showtime, to the channel, straight to PBS series of like storybooks, like classic storybooks, mostly told by like famous actors and actresses. So it was done by
Right.
Rabbit Production. They were an animation company that they were started by Mark Sotnick and Doris Wolowski in '85, and they got really, really famous right away with their take on the Velveteen Rabbit that Meryl Streep actually narrated.
Oh,
And
okay.
as they were
Which we're
producing,
covering on Thursday. We're doing that on Thursday, Seth.
right,
Get
right,
ready.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a special Easter episode. We're dropping it now. You know,
That's
start.
right.
But
We're on.
like they got really, really famous for that, and so they started doing these other productions. They had like a whole series of storybook classics. They had like American hero classics. They had and holiday tales, and so this was one, and that they just kind of picked out of the blue. I, like you, had no knowledge at all about Santa Bear. This is like brand new to me. So
Wow.
I saw it. I read about it. It was in this book that I have on like 80s animated, or not 80s, but just animated specials in general. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. Let's do that. And I saw it. And I was like, oof. Okay, well, let's check out the next one. So I did, and that one's a lot more palatable.
Oh, good. So was this the first time you saw it too? So it's new to you as well.
This is also new to me. Yeah.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I thought maybe when you were younger, you watched it and you had like a tradition maybe of watching, because then I could see liking it more.
Yeah.
Nope, nope. Just this is all brand new, and
Wow.
we're experiencing it together. And I gotta say,
Yes, we are.
it was an experience. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I was getting concerned that our text exchange back and forth during the day
No,
might
I
have
don't.
been a little offending to you. But
No, I don't mind at all. I have like zero nostalgia for it. I didn't even know there was a doll until I was researching for it like this week. So
okay.
Right. Gerry,
so-
was it popular? Do you know? Like, obviously they had other specials, so I guess it was, right?
So the production company has done a lot. So they're actually quite popular. The special itself is not really that popular, but the doll was really popular. So even though they showed this, they released it on video afterwards. It got a sequel, but then again, like it didn't last. So I got to say, probably not so much popularity. The Santa Bear itself was released in '85 by let's see if I say this right, Dayton Hudson Department Store Company. So we don't have those here in Texas or South Texas. So I had no recollection of it. Didn't know anything about the bear, but the bear did so well that they wanted a story around it, and they like called out. They had like a big thing. People were submitting stories, and it ended up being Barbara Reed, who was one of the copywriters for Daytona Hudson, that got it. And she created the story for Santa Bear. It was adapted by Thomas Roberts, illustrated by what's his name, Howard Buck Lewis. And they're like, all right, we got a book, let's make a special. And so
it was like an Elf on the Shelf for the 80s, kind of.
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But again, like I have no memory of it. I thought it was kind of cool that Kelly McGillis narrated it, like from Top Gun and Witness, The Accused, but like other than that, I mean, I don't have any connection to it. So if you guys want to tear it up, I'm fine with that too.
Thank God.
I have questions.
It was turning into a judgment of, I was like, I don't know. Do we talk? Do we do this tonight? Do we just ghost them? Or
No, it's
I didn't
fine.
want to. Yeah, we didn't want to tear it up. We wanted to enjoy it, but
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah, we were texting during the day. It was tough. I have to admit, it took me a long time to get through. But I do see similarities. After you do the little synopsis, I'll tell you, I have some similarities between Santa Bear and Cousin Seth. Like
Nice.
I referenced earlier, but
Well,
I do see it.
Then
Yeah.
let's jump into that. So this aired on ABC, so it wasn't their usuals, but ABC November 22nd, 1986. And yeah, that's right. Music was done by Michael Hedges. Is like a guitarist, nice
the
acoustic
brother of
guitarist.
Benson, or the co-partner of Benson?
Yes.
Right. And the story's about a little bear that lives up in the north, and he's separated from his family when ice that he's fishing on breaks away. He learns about Christmas after he meets a little girl named Marie, and he not only gets help from Santa Claus to save the family, but he helps Santa Claus finish his deliveries. That's like it in a nutshell. There you go. So,
Yeah.
okay, tell me about Cousin Seth and Santa Bear.
Okay, so at the beginning, Santa Bear is in a world where Christmas is huge. Everybody's celebrating Christmas, enjoying it, doing all these things. But Santa Bear, at that point, Snow Bear, is completely oblivious as to the joys of the season. It is not until he floats away and meets this little girl who would be represented by Cousin Chad, who says, "Come with me and let me take you on a journey to learn the joys of Christmas." That's why there's the parallels here. So little by little, as we're watching the show, Christmas unravels through Santa Bear's eyes. As we do the podcast, Christmas unravels through Seth's eyes. I really see the parallels here.
I'm seeing
Yes.
it. Yep.
Yeah,
And I'm constantly pulling Seth away from family things to do the podcast and do Christmas activities. He has floated away on icebergs before. That's another show that we're going to cover. He has saved sick old people just with his touch that's healing. There's so many things that I see here. So I really that did make me think a little bit. It's like a Christmas Cousins prequel in a sense.
Nice.
What do you think about that, Seth?
I'm into it, man. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
He was like, let's put it this way. Santa Bear was like, or Snow Bear at the time was like, what's Santa? What's this animal with branches on its head? Seth, conversely, was also like, what is this miracle on 34th Street? Who is this? The reindeer have name. What is this nog egg drink? Like all these things he had no idea that we knew about, right? So
I knew the trees didn't have arms. Those were branches.
That's a plus. All right, we'll take it. That's a good start.
Complete a loss.
Yeah.
It's
strange because it starts off immediately with tragedy, right? It's like Krypton's exploding, Superman's flying away, but in this case, it's just a little bear, and he's like this cute little polar bear that just gets floating away on a little icy patch, just like the Muppets taught us, be careful of the icy patch. Well, this guy wasn't listening, and he's ripped away from his parents.
And it got a little rough there for a bit in the water. It wasn't just casual drifting away, and there's nice melodic music. Just you might never see.
As a lifelong surfer, I was trying to figure out where he was. Those waves did look pretty fun. I mean,
well, it is up north, so I don't know, but you might need a visit. Take Cousin Seth's plane up there. It'll be great.
Okay, that was, I think, in a year that we're dealing with the Challenger tragedy, we're dealing with all these tragedies. Then we have this show that's also kind of a metaphor for the environment falling apart, ice floes melting, and ice caps. I mean, it's like a lot going on.
Very pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot. It was a lot. I was, I guess, 9 turning 10 or 10 when this episode came out, so it would have been heavy for me to take on.
Yeah, I gotcha. But the poor little bear is like ripped from his family, and then he lands into like a forest with like the trees. They have their faces on it. They're like, we're gonna eat you, little bear. I mean, it's terrible.
Yes, it was scary. It was scary, right?
Like I just kept. I don't know if you guys really played Mortal Kombat, but I just kept picturing like smoke kind of peeking out behind the screen, just like in the video game,
Someone attacking little bear and
Sorry, little bear.
Sorry.
Oh, it's no coincidence. That's probably the same forest that they found that those dead bunnies wrapped around the ring.
Right.
The ornament 2 years later at that, 88, we come to learn
Yes.
that maybe the snow bunny or snow bear became
like-
Santa bear to get away from
Like that M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Happening, where it's the trees.
it.
The trees are attacking as well. Yeah,
Hey,
this
Sam, I really gotta get the hell out of here. You're gonna get me go help you with a kiss.
this poor little bear just curls up in the ball.
Yeah.
You can't
That was
find me,
rough.
man. You can't find me.
Well, this is Seth's impressions. It's amazing.
Santa bear.
Hold that thought, because you might we might be doing something later on where you might have to play a Santa bear. So
Gerry, do you remember when we did You Can't Do That on Television? Seth busted out the drunk dad voice
He
out
did.
of nowhere. He did. Yeah, he does a lot of impressions. Seth?
That one, at least I had some connection to the show too, or some connection
Right.
with.
You take
Um,
requests, like if I if I asked you to do like the grandpa as like, I don't know, Herman Munster, could you do that? Or
Oh, he could do it.
that's
I dig it.
That's the one. That's the one he doesn't do. I have to speak for Seth. He does not do
Oh,
Herman
sorry.
Munster.
All right.
Sorry, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Well,
He does Lurch though.
okay.
Lurch,
Right.
I'm into it.
Wait, the drunk dad as Herman Munster?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. As the grandpa, as Marie's grandpa. Yeah.
I can't even.
It's like levels, layers on layers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too
Yes.
layered. Seth,
It
weren't
is.
you in the Growlings or something? Seth, was that you, or was that some? Or was that like Steve Carell?
Yeah, I think it was probably Steve Carell.
But,
Oh, okay, one of
I
them.
get them
Yeah.
confused too. Yeah.
I had talked about it. I'm like, I might do that. You're like, you should. I'm like,
Or Second City, one of them. You should still time, Seth.
full time.
Yeah.
Give up
Anyway,
everything else.
we digress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Santa Bear meets a little girl named Marie who wants to be his friend. And he felt safe with Marie. She invites him back to his cabin because, whenever you find like a dangerous wild animal, you got to bring it back to your cabin immediately,
Right,
especially
exactly.
in Gerry Woods. That's not suspicious at all.
In the 80s, you did that kind of thing.
That's
Yeah.
true. You could get away with that. Just be back by 8. Don't bring any dead bodies in the house.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't possibly carry anything that would infect my grandfather, who's ailing already.
Right.
That's right. The bear flu or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
really.
Like Santa Bear has like no, or I guess at this point he's just Snow Bear, but he has like zero experience for anything. So there's like the strange yellow, orange, red liquid, and
Yeah.
Freckles and
Nothing. Right.
punches.
Never seen it.
Yeah, like what is this? I
No.
mean,
That's what I'm saying. Is that not Cousin Seth? He's like, what is this liquid that smells of pumpkin spice? He had no idea what this stuff
Yeah.
was.
peppermint? Are you sure?
Yeah, right.
Right.
What is it? Pepper or mint? Yeah. What is it?
Right.
I knew that first part. We said coffee something or other.
Yeah.
You lost me.
Right.
Yeah, so that's it. So yeah, so it really is. It's like how the bear was looking at the fire. It's like, what is this? It's scary. It's orange. It's whatever it is. And it was the exact same thing we experienced, Seth. And I was
All a
like,
big
you've got to watch
allegory.
Yeah, it was like, we've got to watch a movie called A Hallmark that you know the ending before you watch it, Seth. And he's like, what is this? I don't get it.
Yep. And you've seen the same one like 50
Yes.
times. But it's different movies, but it's the same movie. Yeah. Same
Yeah.
thing.
True.
See? All right. I like it. Now I'm interested in Santa Bear more than I see
So,
Seth in
So I
it.
guess who would
I
that
got
make
the
me? Would that make me
series.
Santa or would that make me Grandpa?
That's
don't
right.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it is interesting because even at the end, he goes from Snow Bear and graduates to someone who knows about Christmas and kind of takes it in and becomes Santa Bear, Santa Seth.
Yeah. But he was
All
like
right.
Santa's sidekick, at least for
I think
that
Gerry-
season.
I think Gerry would be the grandfather here because you're Seth was could help you if you were sick or whatever or need of
Mhm.
money. So
it's true.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I feel a cough coming on.
Venmo him, Seth. Send him a
That's right.
Get better,
right.
my boy. Get better.
10,000, like not enough. I mean, too much, too little. I don't know.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
little for him.
Yeah, so like there's a grandfather that Marie lives with,
Mhm.
and like, apparently they sit down and eat dinner with this little bear. They somehow domesticate the bear in like 5 minutes. And they're eating what porridge with honey, milk, berries, and nuts. Now, I've
Right.
never had porridge, but we have something similar in our culture called atole, and it's like a rice pudding, but with cinnamon, and it's really
Mm,
delicious.
that sounds
And
good.
it's the closest I think I've ever come to a porridge, so I don't know how close it actually is, but I'll take it.
Right, right. And
Wait,
what
is
is
this
that? It's
a
rice pudding and
Yeah,
cinnamon and what else?
so there's usually a little bit of sugar, but mostly, yeah, there's like it's like a cinnamon rice pudding. It's creamy. Almost like a almost desserty, but not quite. It's like one of those weird, "What am I eating?" but it's delicious kind of things, you know?
Right,
Th
right. Oh, that
yeah,
sounds
there's a
yeah,
lot of
good.
that's
that in, like, Hispanic culture.
is it
Oh,
generally eaten for like breakfast or
Breakfast usually, yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's usually like
oh.
a breakfast. So, it's like a
Nice.
weird, not quite oatmeal, not quite, I guess, porridge. It's something in there, but it's yeah, it's
So
delicious.
you don't drink it, you
No,
eat
no,
it.
no, I mean, it's like it's rice in there.
Okay. And so
No,
it's rice, so you don't do that. Okay,
no, no, you
gotcha.
don't yeah, I mean,
I mean, it
There you
sounds
go.
like your overnight oats. I mean,
It does.
maybe,
it's
yeah.
heavier than like an oatmeal.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
mhm.
But with rice instead of oats. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, we should try that.
Sometimes some people put raisins in it, so, it's I mean, it's pretty good, but
Oh, okay. And you can make
but
it Christmassy, add some nutmeg, add some
right,
eggnog or whatever.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Fun.
So they're eating
What's
some
it called? I know we're moving on, but what is it called? I'm gonna look one
called
up. Oh,
atole, like, I think it's Atolle or
atole.
Atole, excuse me, atole.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it
something
up.
like
Okay.
that, I don't know, it's all good, but
Okay.
so they tucked
Go-
the bear into a bed, and I got real, like, Goldilocks vibes from this one, you
Yes.
know?
It's
But, it's
a
like,
good
okay,
start.
whose bed are, like, is the bear sleeping in? Is it, like, Marie's bed? Does she have to go sleep with grandpa? Or is it grandpa's bed? Or, like, was there a child that
Yeah.
died beforehand that
right.
maybe her parents, that's why she's living with grandpa in, like, the scary woods? I don't know, but
Right. You go in that room. No, not that
right.
one. Nobody goes in that room.
No one's gone in there since we lost little Jimmy. Oh
Uh,
no.
We've kept it exactly the same, and there's, like, an
Yeah.
inch of dust on everything.
After the little Kittner boy got eaten, we closed that room off. Is
right.
that what it was? The Kittner boy from Jaws or whatever?
Oh, yeah, that's right. This beach is staying open. Oh,
That's
man.
right.
Yeah, but Marie teaches the bear everything, like to make cookies, which I don't know how hygienic that is. To
Right.
dance, she teaches the bear to read.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good for
Very
that bear.
quickly. Right.
Yeah, but it does make you
Yeah.
like, how long was the bear there, right? Like, h
Right? It was getting to be Hallmark style. Like they were doing all these scenes and everything. I was waiting for them to
right,
fall in love. It was
that's
getting
right.
very interesting. Oh yeah. Santa Bear. But it
Except
didn't
for our
happen.
choir there.
Yes, that's live
Marie
choir.
started following him or falling for him.
Did you ever see
I can't
did you ever
do
see on Saturday Night On Saturday Night Live, they did, like, that Hallmark horror movie. Did you ever see that little sketch?
No,
Oh, man, it's
I should look
fantastic,
it
and
up.
it's like the
Really?
serial
That's
killer
funny.
that was, like, gonna, like, murder the girl, and then it turns out they, like, went to school together, and then they, like, fall in love, but he's still, like, a murderer. It's fun.
Oh,
Uh,
that's funny. I'll have to look that up.
That's funny.
but it is very insta love, right? I mean, it's just
Yeah.
everything. It's like all crammed into one, and she tells him stories about circuses and kings and castles and pirates and sea adventures, and, I mean, this is, like, the most cultured bear ever. Like, forget Winnie the
Yeah.
Pooh, this guy's, like, at the top now. So
Yeah, it was like all of a sudden like My Fair Lady, right? If you know it's like all
exactly.
of a sudden.
I wish and now I wanna see, like, Santa Bear dressed up like, what was her name? Elise or,
Oh,
I forget.
yes, yeah, I do too, but
Yeah, I
right,
can't remember, but yeah.
yeah.
I wanna see that, yeah.
But
Oh,
it could be
man.
that, right. Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. So it's a little bit of the Christmas Cousins pod, it's a little bit of, Goldilocks, a little bit of My Fair Lady. So we're breaking it down. Eliza Doolittle. That's it.
Eliza. Yeah, that's what it was. Eliza. Yeah, yeah. And yeah. So they meet some brown bears, which I thought brown bears were also. I mean, I know polar bears are ferocious. Like if a polar bear's
Yeah.
chasing you, like you're pretty much just dead. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but like some bears you can play dead. Some bears you can like climb things. But like they meet some brown bears, and so now we got like two different sets of bears that this girl's playing with, and I have like serious reservations about like her ability to stay alive.
Right.
Right. To discern danger. Yeah, really. It's
That's
not.
right. She is the girl that would fall in love with the Hallmark murderer. So
Oh, totally. And it's the 80s. There were a lot of big serial killers around there too. She'd be like, "Hey, I brought home Ted Bundy. He looked like Al Bundy, I thought.
yeah,
Like the friendly guy from Married with Children." Yeah, it's weird. I know.
it really is. Yeah. But
All
the poor
right.
little bear, he dreams of his family every night. I feel bad for this bear. He's like,
I know.
oh,
It's sad.
yeah, yeah.
Jerry, you were, I'm sure, a fan of the Berenstain Bears, right?
I
I was big
was,
in the
yeah,
80s. I was a
yeah.
huge
I
fan
did
of
like
that.
bears
Yeah.
and bears. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, their story arcs weren't as big as that one.
No.
Generally stayed pretty calm and nothing big happened. Where
No, it was like, let's go we don't want to go trick or treating to that house because that's where the mean old bear lives. And then, oh, the bear's nice. That's all.
Right. Yeah.
exactly.
That's
It's
a
like
good
I was nice after all. Like he let us put our hands in his pot of honey. Like, oh, wow, that sounds nice.
I think we should not say that like ever again.
Sorry.
Well, it
our
was
pause.
those
Our
80s ones.
pause.
The 80s ones had morals and lessons, and sometimes they had to get dark to
Sometimes so.
teach you the right way. Do you remember the
Right.
Punky Brewster where they were playing trick or
Yes.
treat, and they are not hide and seek, and the kid climbs into the refrigerator? It was
Yes.
terrible. Don't do that
There's
at
that
home. I'm still
one.
scared.
There was the family. Was it Family Ties where like the guy
Yeah.
sexually harasses a girl? I mean, it's but like hardcore. I mean, it was yeah.
I don't remember that. I remember Different Strokes, though. The guy, yeah, there was like an episode with that too. I think Different Strokes, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was weird.
remember
The
us-
80s were weird.
I remember us possibly having a conversation on a previous episode about this exact same thing.
Oh, really? We did. Okay,
I think
remember
it did
the
come
Punky
up.
Brewster.
Well, yeah, we definitely got past it very quickly, but
You're right.
You know,
it took that turn.
it goes, cycles. It's all different. It's all
It
good.
does. Yeah.
All
right,
but
so-
Fond memories. You want to relive them and think about them again.
Yes.
right, but that's we learned it from watching you.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Bring it all back. But
That's right.
anyway, yeah. So Marie teaches the little snow bear about Santa and Christmas and Grandpa getting like hypothermia from falling through ice.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It takes like a hard turn, right? So we had like the very scary opening, and then it's like, okay, it's nice and pleasant. And then, oh no, like Grandpa's dying. What do we do?
Right. He's like,
Like,
I can't
immediately.
hear out of my ear. I can't hear out of my ear. Every time an angel rings, I don't know. It's a little tie into that too, right?
Oh,
He falls
Marie.
in. Yeah. It's a lot of things going on here.
This poor guy. Yeah, this family can't catch a break. But
Well,
the bear
bring
wants.
bears in, you invite trouble into your house, expect things to
No,
happen.
I've always
Right.
said that. That's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, the bear is like he's feeling guilty for some reason. He wants to help, so he decides he's going to go collect firewood, but he like gets stuck in a snowdrift, and a moose has to save him.
Yes.
When he explains to the moose, because why not? But when he explains to the moose everything that's happening, the moose is like, "All right," and he picks him up and takes him to the beaver lodge to get some wood for the fire.
Right.
And the beavers are all out of wood, and we won't. So, yeah,
It was just a Chipotle, and they were out of chips. Like that's the
Wow.
thing. There's always chips there. Sorry.
Right. I'm sorry, Seth.
I
So
want
you've
you
had
to
your
know
own
the hard
issues.
chips. Yeah,
That's-
right,
yeah.
right. Sorry, I don't know that I could let that go.
well,
any
I mean,
longer.
that's about the same. That's like on par with falling
Right.
through ice. I get it. Yeah.
It's still fresh. I was there last night. So.
Yeah,
Really?
when you're Seth, that's like a major issue. Yeah, like
get
other
it.
people are trying to stay warm. Seth needs chips and
Right.
guac. So
What's going on? I was told her. Anyway, sorry.
That's when you
about
just
that.
got to make your own, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, so the bear is like all confused, and he starts hearing some sleigh bells, like sleigh bells jingling, and he looks up and he sees the sleigh pulled by the reindeer, and of course, lo and behold, Santa hops out, and it's Santa Claus.
A version of Santa that I have not seen before.
No, I actually kind of the Santa.
What's that?
I said I actually kind of like the look of this Santa.
Mm.
It's like regular Santa, but his boots were different. They were like a little more barbarian or
Yeah.
something. And like
Yes.
his hat had like holly leaves and stuff, but I mean it wasn't like just a regular like one holly leaf. It was almost like more intricate. I thought it was like an interesting
Yeah.
choice.
It was weird. It was like, is he going to go deliver presents or sack Rome? Like, I didn't know what was going on
Right.
with this out. It was
Right.
really weird.
But honestly, I'd be okay either way. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, that would be cool. Santa Bear sacks Rome. That would be interesting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The Santa with the sword and the little bear next
Yeah.
to him. Just
At the end, he goes from Snow Bear to Santa Bear to Caesar Bear. I mean, I think we're making this a lot
Right.
better.
I
Yeah,
think so too. I like this. Let's
He crossed
this
the
to a major network.
Rubicon. He crossed the Rubicon River and started the.
Oh,
Well, there we
nice.
go. There we go.
That's a good one. I like that. And Santa's his praetor. Oh,
Yeah, that's right. This is much better already. Much better.
I'd watch that. Now that's a special I'd watch.
Yeah.
So Santa's like, well, you're a good little bear. I didn't know you're here. Like, what do you want for Christmas? I'll give you what you want. And he says that all he wants is firewood. So Santa's like, all right, let me think about it. And he goes to his sleigh and he pulls out a saw, like just, regular handsaw and an axe. And he's like,
Yeah.
all right. So my first thought was, oh, this got really dark. This got like
Right.
Santa's
But-
hungry.
That's right. It's the Santa from like Christmas Evil or Silent
Yeah.
Night, Deadly Night. Yeah. But no, instead he just chops down a tree.
Yeah, they're going after him. Like, I know the beavers said they didn't have any wood, but yeah, they're always
Yeah.
holding on to something.
That's right. They're gonna go threaten the beavers. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
You listen
Did
up,
you
you
guys-
little.
But did you think it was a little masochistic? Like, Santa is magical. He knows the bear, the grandfather's dying. It's like imminent death. He needs help. He tells the bear, take your time and chop wood. Instead of giving him wood to take home, go hurry up and run to the grandfather.
Right.
He gives him an
I did
axe.
think
It's like,
that, yeah.
it's like grandpa's starving, needs food. Okay, fine. Here's flour, sugars, and an egg. Instead of giving him food, like, like help the guy out. I thought that was a little twist.
I wonder if it was like a test. It was like, if you're really serious, you'll chop this down, and then maybe I'll help you
Ooh.
out after that. I don't know.
Right.
Right.
Bear's like, I don't really know the guy. I mean, Marie was nice, but now I'm having to get food and do all this other crap. And it's just like,
Well, he's
I'm
a
fine
barbarian
now.
Santa, right?
right.
Yeah,
He's
right.
like, I'm fine out in the world or in the forest. I mean, I have a coat and everything. And,
Right.
He's like
Yeah, he's
survival of the
fine.
fittest.
He-
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's interesting.
Why don't I
Yeah.
just eat both of them and live the good life?
That's
right.
The fire all to himself. But it was almost like a
Right.
biblical test. Like Santa was like, let me see if you'll actually go and cut the wood, where it's like
That's right.
God came down and said, let me see if you'll actually slay your child for me or whatever. And
Your
Right.
firstborn.
Interesting.
Totally Abraham and
Yeah.
Isaac. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're
Wow,
serious about
okay.
saving this family, you're gonna put the work in, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe it's also like teach a bear to chop wood. He stays warm for life. One of those
That's
kind
right.
of sayings.
That's right. That's right. Give a bear some firewood, he'll stay warm for the night.
Right.
Teach him to chop wood. Yeah.
He'll stay warm
So-
forever.
But then the other thing he does, which also is like strange, is he like gets on a little sleigh to load all the logs. Instead of like just loading it up into his own sleigh and transporting
Right.
him, he like takes the sleigh and he makes a little bear pull this little miniature sleigh carrying the logs. Like, come
Right.
on, what are you doing, Santa? Like,
Right.
Did you hear at one point, you have to listen really closely as the bear's pulling it. He goes, I should be freaking hibernating at this point. What am I doing? This is crazy. No
did-
bear's out. Like, yeah.
I did heard that. Yeah, you got to turn the volume
Okay.
way up, but it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. All of a sudden, he had like a Jersey accent. It's like,
Right.
it sounded like Joe Pesci.
I should be hibernating over here.
Yeah, exactly.
So, oh yeah. So Santa like leads the way to this cabin, and it's so cold. Like the firewood's just about done. They're like freezing. Grandpa's already got hypothermia. Like he's literally got like
Yeah.
minutes to live. His breathing's heavy, and they finally get there and they get the fire going and they get some soup. And all of a sudden, he's like Uncle Joe from Willy Wonka, and he's like up and ready to go. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
someone say soup."
What was that? Cocaine
Hey.
jumped right up. That was wild.
Cocaine bear, cocaine soup. Oh, it's all
Right. A lot of snow around. There's a lot. This is a multi-layered show for sure.
That's right. Oh,
You realize that Snow Bear was not getting wasn't picking up on the lesson. He's like, just give your grandfather this for God's sake. It's like, all right, no, it doesn't go in his rectum. He snorts it. What era is he from?
they have to give him an adrenaline shot first.
Yeah.
The
Right,
ODs
he
on it.
didn't say it.
That was wild. Yeah, it was like that scene out of Pulp Fiction where they just plunged the.
That's right.
needle
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
So he's sitting up eating soup, but he got the big old needles still stuck in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh.
Oh man. So yeah, so Santa has to go, but he asks the snow bear to help deliver all the presents to the animals of the forest because I don't know if you guys remember that little golden book. It was the biggest, most beautiful Christmas tree in the world, where Santa starts delivering presents to the animals. But that's what he does, I guess. I didn't remember that and as part of the lore, but apparently that's what he does. So he deputizes, I guess, Snow Bear to take over. And
Right.
this is how he becomes Santa Bear. He gives him like a hat and scarf, and he's like, "All right, you're my guy now. You're gonna do what I say. You're like my consigliere,
But Santa Bear took it very seriously. He started pulling people over like Elvis when he got deputized. Remember? He's like,
That's right.
"Listen, baby,
He was part of
you
the
were speeding."
he
Yeah.
was part of the DEA or whatever it was. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
You have a methamphetamines in there, baby. Pull over the car.
I'm gonna have to confiscate these.
Yeah. Right.
That's right. But Santa Bear helps him, and he, Santa's done with his deliveries, and he's finally back, and he's like, I know there's something you want. I gave you the logs, but that really wasn't what you wanted. So come on, tell me what you want. And he just wants to be home with his family. So he says goodbye to Marie, who was like his surrogate mom for, however many years or however long. And he gets to go home, and he's like, don't worry, I'll see you again next year. It's all good. So,
Yeah.
and that's it. He's like, now he's Santa Bear. So
That's it. No email. No, nothing. Yeah.
that's
Crazy.
right. Like don't exchange like contact info. It's just like, I'll
No.
find you. I'll find you somehow.
Back.
Yeah.
Does he get like his
That
own
was-
sleigh, or how does that work? Or does Santa just like drop him off at this one area like every year? Like how does it work moving
So
forward?
many logistical questions were left
Right.
unanswered. That's why you need a sequel.
When he gets back to his
Right.
family and he tells them the tale of everything that went on, he's like, and I'm going to go next year. They're like, first of all, what's a year? And they're,
Right.
they're like, there's going to be a time in the
Time?
future.
Were you guys thinking like me? The last line of it is like, okay, so tell me about the story. He goes, where do I start? Or he goes, let's start from the beginning. I'm going, no, do not start from the beginning.
That's
We
right,
just
that's right.
made it to the end. Oh my God, please. And
Oh man, yeah. No, it's yeah. Like his family's traumatized after this. So
yeah, they didn't know where he was for a long time. I mean, we're acting like it's this cute little fairy tale, but if you really look at what's happening, it's a horror movie. It is a horror movie. So,
But we did
Anyway.
already establish that it's an allegory for Christmas cousins. So does that mean your show's really a
Yes.
horror show?
At times it is. Yes.
Gotcha. I gotcha. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
It's a half part comedy, part tragedy. That's the beauty and the balance, So
Car crash,
Right.
train wreck.
That's right.
show.
So Seth is Snow Bear who becomes Santa Bear. Chad,
Right.
you're Marie, and I'm Grandpa.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
I gotcha.
I like it. If
Yeah.
anyone out there can animate that or draw that, please make that happen.
Charlie
Yeah.
from Ague Designs and Closer to Christmas. If you're listening, man,
There
this
you
would be a
go.
great this would be a great logo. But anyway,
So I look, we're at 44 minutes. I was like, we're gonna last 5 minutes. Be like, guys, this is terrible. I'm out.
No,
So,
no.
Go enjoy. We're doing
Oh,
well.
I've stretched things that are like, I've stretched a song, like just one song that's like 2 minutes long. I've stretched that to like an hour and 15 minutes. So we're
Right.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing
I'm
pretty
not
well.
worried about that.
I just
Okay.
assume our goal was to at least double the length of the movie. So which,
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
yeah,
We're good,
so
yeah.
we're good.
We're
I'm good
golden.
to go.
Well, on that note,
More thoughts?
so I sent you guys something that
Yes.
so this is I had an AI write a little script for us. I've never seen it. It's a script of Santa and Santa Bear
Oh.
being on the Totally Rad Christmas podcast.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'll play myself. I'll play Gerry D. Why don't
Okay.
Seth? Why don't you play Santa Bear? And Chad, why don't you play Santa?
Oh, I
And
love this.
let's see how this goes. So I'll kind of start us off, and we'll just see what happens. So this is all AI. I haven't done anything to it. I haven't even read it. So
Okay. And
All
just
right,
so
all
you
right.
know, everybody who's listening, Gerry sent this to us and was like, don't read it yet until the show. And so I'm like dying. This is like the holy grail. I was like, what is it? I need to read
No.
it. So,
You're building it up way too much, man. Like lower your
Right.
expectations, and then we'll go from there. It's an AI wrote it. So
right.
all right.
Okay.
So this is called Totally Rad Christmas Podcast episode Santa and Santa Bear's Holiday Hijinks. Starring
Woohoo.
Gerry D, that's me, Santa Claus, which is cousin Chad, and cousin Seth as Santa Bear. Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
That's right. Give it up. All right, here we go. So, intro music, upbeat festive jingle bells with a retro 80s synth twist. All right. Welcome, Totally Rad Christmas fans, to another festive episode of your favorite podcast where we dive into all things Christmas from the totally tubular 80s. I'm your host, Gerry D, and today we have some very special guests joining us. Straight from the North Pole, please welcome the jolly man himself, Santa Claus, and his cuddly companion, Santa Bear.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm a Victorian
Hey,
Santa.
everybody. Ready to rock around the Christmas tree.
We sure are, Santa Bear. It's such an honor to have you both here. How are things at the North Pole this year?
Oh, busier than ever, Gerry. The elves are working hard, and Mrs. Claus has been breaking up a storm. I think I've gained a few extra cookie pounds this year, though.
I've been on quality control for the toys. Gotta make sure those teddy bears are extra cuddly.
Oh, my.
Santa, how do you keep up with all the letters from kids these days? Do you have a special 80s inspired computer to help you?
Ho, 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 Gerry. We've upgraded a bit since the 80s, but I still prefer the old-fashioned way. Nothing beats a handwritten letter from a child, though I do have a team of tech-savvy elves who help me sort through the emails and digital wish lists. AI, you are certainly weird. Santa Bear, Santa Bear.
Oh no, I might have lost my way.
Yeah,
Did you lose your
yeah, those elves are great. Line.
Line.
You're on. Yeah, those elves are great.
Yeah, those elves are great, but sometimes it's like Tetris on the job.
They get distracted playing Tetris.
On the
I
job.
like that's a good reference.
Who can blame them? Tetris is totally rad. So, Santa, tell us, what's the most unusual gift request you've received this year?
Well, there was one child who asked for a lifetime supply of macaroni and cheese. Ho, ho, ho. That was a first. I had to check with the elves to see if we had that in stock. My accent's been different every time.
There was a kid who wanted a pet unicorn. We had to get creative with that.
Unicorn, I bet. Yeah, I bet. So, Santa Bear, what's your favorite part of Christmas at the North Pole?
Oh, that's a tough one, Gerry. I love the decorating, the music, and of course the hot cocoa parties. I think my favorite part is it's all the thank you letters from kids around the world.
Ho, ho, ho. That really is the best part. Knowing that we brought joy to so many children makes all the hard work worth it.
That's the spirit of Christmas there. No, Santa, we have a little tradition here on the Totally Rad Christmas podcast. We like to play a game called Christmas Would You Rather. Are you both up for it?
Oh my, I'm blushing.
I'm jumping out of my trousers as we speak.
Oh, please don't do that again, Santa Bear.
They are
I must. These legs are bare showing.
quite breathtaking trousers, by the way.
Oh.
All right. First question. Would you rather get tangled in Christmas lights or have to wear a scratchy Christmas sweater all season?
Ho, ho, ho. I think I would go with the scratchy sweater. I get tangled in enough things on Christmas Eve as it is.
I cheat the lights. I thought Marie was going to make a rug out of me. Here by the fire, I thought she was going to push me in. I was scared.
Don't let her walk all over you, Seth, literally and figuratively.
No. Stay strong. Great answers. Okay, next one. Would you rather eat only fruitcake for a week or drink only eggnog?
Oh, me, I'll take the eggnog. You know, Mrs. Claus makes a mean eggnog, if you get my drift.
Yes, I'll take the fruitcake. But only if it's kind with the extra cherries. Wink, wink.
No.
That's totally rad after dark here. All right, last question. Would you rather have a red nose like Rudolph or pointy ears like an elf?
Oh, I would go with the red nose because I look even more festive and also it would hide my terrible cocaine addiction.
Ooh, you should like that. Come up a lot lately.
I mean, I have a long night on Christmas Eve, please.
I hear the Christmas carols better with my big pointy ears that everyone would mock me for. I'm sure of it. I'm just sure.
It is the 80s. A lot of bullies abound, like the guy from Cobra Kai.
That's true. There was a lot of bullies, and he played a lot of bullies and a lot of different things.
I did. I never gave him presents. Only called for him, whatever his name is.
Take that,
He
Williams.
was the worst.
Yes.
So you both have the Christmas spirit down to a T. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today.
Mine is bigger than his, it is.
Santa Bear, thank you so much for joining us on the Totally Rad Christmas podcast. Any last words for our listeners?
No! Are there still people listening after they're hearing this? Oh my! Thank you, dedicated fans.
Yes, check out our series. Santa Bear does it all.
Did you hear that this AI script got us canceled?
Ooh, Santa Bear has to do on the apology circuit.
Later, dudes.
Wow, what does everyone think about that? Wow.
Oh my.
Oh my is right.
I think I don't think they need to worry about AI writing anything anytime soon.
No.
It's terrible.
Right.
Really, the thing is with that script, I mean, yes, we embellished a little. Yeah, it's kind of it's very, like you said earlier, kind of saccharine and bland and AI is like at a 5th grade level at this point. It's seeming like I don't know. That wasn't great, but anyway,
Definitely doesn't want to offend anybody.
But now we come to the best part of the show, which is a little segment I call Gag Me with the Spoon. So this is where we do our best impression of our least favorite part of the episode, or special in this case. So as a guest, or I guess as you know, my gracious hosts, I will let you go first. Just set up where we are in the story and then go from there. Why don't we start with you, Chad?
Well, the gag me with the spoon we're starting with.
Yeah.
Okay. My least favorite was poor Snow Bear is sitting there enjoying his life. It seems like an idyllic life. Next thing you know, he's floating away from his family, floating away into danger, into the unknown. He has no idea what's going on. This is how we're starting. It was horrifying. That was the gag me with the spoon, my worst part, totally of it all.
Right on.
Yes.
Oh. I don't know.
Seth's going to say all of it from the beginning.
It's what I mean. It didn't take up a lot of notes. I guess. Well, my least favorite part was my theory falling apart of the bear going on to kill the bunnies on the ornament 2 years later. I thought there was a tie-in, but. So yeah, I guess that was my least favorite part, but it was yeah, I don't know. It was just very,
Yeah.
I don't know. He didn't have any big high points or low points. Like, all right, this was, I mean, I guess seeing him stripped away from his parents, that was a little sad. Yeah.
A little sad, just a little.
So
yeah, I mean, I was like, are they going to be able to resolve that in 22 minutes? And it's like, oh no.
I still don't think they did. I know he was reunited with them, but I don't think they resolved it.
Still issues, still a lot of issues.
Yeah. I have to imagine it's kind of like
he goes to therapy like twice a week,
Yes, totally.
Or maybe it's something like when the Amish go on Rumspringa. He's like, oh my God, I got a taste of the English, or I got a taste of the outside world. Like, this is nice. Like,
ooh, they're partying.
This dumb family took me in, and it's just like, wait, what? Not you, Marie, not Marie, the old man.
He went to Studio 54. Right? He learned all about
right.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like, yeah, we're going on. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Party to humans. Yeah. That's actually Seth playing right now as we speak.
Woo,
nice.
Seth, get
it. Beautiful.
He's part of the house.
What was yours,
leader
Gerry?
of the house band. So mine actually was. I picked a line. So this is Santa Bear's stuck, and the moose comes to help him, and I picked it because it's just such a dumb line. But the moose goes, "My name is Moose."
Right.
Hey, all right. Like you couldn't have thought a little bit harder on that. It's just my name is all right.
Because what happens when he meets another moose? What's that moose's name? Yeah.
Yeah. Is his name Moose? Or is this Moose like just the jock of like, he's like on the local football team. He's Moose,
Right.
I don't know.
Like Archie and Doug had.
Like Archie,
Moose?
that's right.
Yeah.
They had a moose. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
There's other moose around here. The correct pronunciation is Moose, you idiot.
Did you see the two dots on top of the O's?
That's right. The little umlaut.
Yeah, exactly.
But
actually, my name's Moisha. Actually, not Moose.
That's right.
I gotta go. This is over. This podcast recording is over.
We're winding down.
That was Seth's little dog growing up, Moisha Pippic, when he was in Texas growing up. So little reference there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, tiny little black miniature dachshund.
Oh wow, nice.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
It does make me wonder what would G.I. Joe taught us that knowing is half the battle. What do you guys think is the other half?
Making it through. If you can get through the first half, you only have the second half to get through of this special.
Right.
That was my thought. It would have been shorter if I didn't keep texting Seth going, Seth, I know Gerry hates us. He wouldn't have asked us to watch this if he didn't hate us so much.
I was about to say.
You got to take the good with the bad, guys. That's how it comes.
True. That's true.
Not so much knowing as it is coming to grips that this was probably payback or retribution for all the comments about your bag that you brought back from Hallmark, the black bag that Jenny carried. Like
that's
some
my own fault
in
for not keeping them out. It's my own fault. I deserve it.
So you're getting us back? No, it was yeah, I was convinced. I'm like, he's got some deep connection to this, or it's just yeah. So I think Chad and I were both a little cautious going into it.
Should we walk on eggshells? No.
I want to be respectful of it. That your whole childhood was centered around this. You're
No.
like,
Right.
No.
I lived
But
in the forest with my
moving
grandfather.
forward, just so like even if it was, I don't care. Like you can
Okay.
talk, people have their own
Right.
opinions. It's all good. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
Right.
Man.
That is
So,
true. But right, Seth and I are worried you'd be like, well, Grandpa was modeled after my actual grandfather. And yeah, Santa Bear
That's
is
right. This one is so special to me. I saw myself as Santa Bear growing up. Like no.
Moose is my brother.
Eleanor, right. His grandma
Right.
Eleanor was sketching it out in his last days. Like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
I
And here's
I composed the
yeah.
music for this, guys. You didn't like it? No.
Right.
We're out of
No.
here, Seth.
No. It's I'm 0. But those are both better than mine. I thought if knowing's half the battle, the other half is just proving yourself to Santa.
That is, you're right. That is kind of half the battle when you're a kid, isn't it? Yeah.
Otherwise, he's not going to help you.
Right.
This was fun. Thank you for
Was.
loaning me your audience. For
Yes.
letting me.
Audience.
They
You guys
love
have
it.
been brilliant.
Thank you. Oh, it's always a good time.
Brilliant's an understatement. I mean, this was next level. You should, if you listen to the whole episode, you get a PhD when you're done. So
That's right.
I don't know in what, but you get one.
In patience.
That's right.
We just find some very obscure thing that no one else is interested or looking at, and we're just like beat it to death.
That's right.
Yeah.
Long
We did
suffering.
coin the term RubearCon during this episode, so I think
Yeah,
that may have
yeah.
legs in. Yeah,
I'm
in the
still
common
really into
lexicon.
barbarian Santa, like sacking Rome. So and then having the Caesar bear. Just
Yeah, but they paused for Christmas Eve, the Christmas armistice, like they had in World War I. So
that's right.
it's writing
Yeah.
itself
I
better than AI. Better than AI.
better
would.
than AI, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
So I know this is your audience; they know your show. But for maybe some of my listeners that might not have tuned in, although I'm pretty sure all my listeners are your listeners as well, where can they find you
I've
on the
tuned
internet?
out.
You can find us at Christmas Cousins Pod or Christmas Cousins Pod at gmail.com or on Instagram, which I run. Seth runs the Facebook. You could find Seth jet setting around the world at the top of Sears Tower, probably dining if there's a restaurant up there, or wherever fancy restaurants are is where you might find Cousin Seth. And also, you can find us listening to the wonderful Totally Rad Christmas podcast. That's
You
right.
guys are amazing. Thank you. Shucks. Well, on that note, I'll end it with, you've done such a fine job that I want you to be my helper. From now on, your name will be Santa Bear. So check us out on our social media pages, which you can find at linktree.com/totallyradchristmas. And if you're feeling like Santa Bear reuniting with his family, leave us a review on iTunes. It helps us reach more people and spread some rad holiday cheer. Now, don't forget to check out our merch shop on tpublic.com and our super dope website, totallyradchristmas.com. Don't be sad. I'll see you next year. Later, dudes.
What a professional. What a professional.
Thank you. You
That's
guys
how
have been
it's
great.
done.
This was a fun show.
It was fun. Thank you,
Yeah.
Gerry. This is awesome. Thank you, everybody.